Hey, David, how are you? Can you hear me, man?
I can hear you. How you doing, Jesse?
Doing well, doing well. I guess my first one here would just be like, what's your general feeling walking in here today? What's it been like seeing the guys and just I don't know, what's your reaction right now?
No, it's been awesome to see all the guys. And we're just through the first part of our spring training session. We're getting ready to go see the position players right now after we talk. But seeing all the pitchers back together, the catchers, it's been good. We had some great conversations so far. But things are a little different. Things are going to be a little different. I explained that to them. We're going to get it done and go day by day.
And you guys, you begin today after doing a lot of testing on the front of this. Is anyone not able to begin training? And to your knowledge, have any other players opted out of starting training with you guys?
No, we've had, as you know, we had Zim and Joe Ross, and actually we had Castillo. I talked to him, and he decided he wasn't going to come. So but he's got two little kids, his wife and Dominican, and look, I don't hold anything against those guys. They have family. I know Zim. I love him to death. Joe, he's a big part of his organization. They all are. So they chose to opt out, and we have guys that are here that we got to focus on right now and get them ready for 2020 season.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, Mark Zuckerman, Masson Sports.
Hello, Davey.
What's up, Mark?
Hi. Can you just tell us what the challenges have been for organizing all of this, how the day, goes? This is not the way you would normally hold workouts. And do you think it affects the way you can actually prepare for a season?
Right now it's basically we're trying to, we have to be socially distanced. So that's one thing. There's a lot of different protocols that we're going to follow to keep our players healthy, safe, staff members, everybody surrounded. So that's one thing. But, I spent hours and hours with Bogart, myself, Paul, Riz, talking about scheduling and what we want to do and how we want to accomplish it to maximize the most we can for each individual player and getting them ready. Right now, our focus is just getting these guys back on the field and individually building them up so they're ready to go in a few weeks.
Can you just give us a sense of how many guys at a time are working out? Is it taking place over the course of the entire day to get everyone in?
Yeah, so we started this morning at 7:45, and I think the last guy today will leave at 5:30. So it's going to be a long day. Myself, Bogey, a couple other guys will be here all day. I'm splitting up the coaching staff so they don't have to be here all day. Like I said, it's part of the social distancing and try to keep everybody safe. But it's part of it. We look at it this way. We're happy to be back. I spent a lot of time, as you guys know, on the farm planting and doing all kinds of stuff. And now it's time to get back to baseball, and I'm excited about it. And a different little greenery around here, and I love it.
Next is Todd Dybus, NBC Sports Washington.
Hey, Davey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So it's not just this that's going to be different, but it's suddenly a 60-game season. When you first heard that number, what went through your head, and what do you think are the dynamics and the differences that you're going to have to deal with of just playing 2 months and having such extra weight on every single game?
Yeah, it's we're so used to it being a long season and actually becoming a marathon. Now it's kind of you want to get out of the gate, get out strong, put some wins on the column early, can't fall behind. So but true to form, I told the guys, hey, look, our focus is on the now. Let's worry about today, take care of the seconds, and we'll move forward from there. And everything else will take care of itself. We're gonna try to go 1-0 every day. And with that being said, that's our mindset. Try to win the game on hand.
And do you expect to have games just within your group, or do you guys think you're going to be able to play a couple exhibition games at some point before the season starts?
Yeah, we're trying to schedule some exhibition games right now. For the most part, we're going to work out for 5 days. Then we're going to start incorporating some scrimmage games. Our starters need to go out there and face hitters. Our hitters need to face live pitching. So we got some scrimmage games that we're going to play every day. Get these guys ready, but we are looking to scrimmage later on in spring training before the season starts. Other teams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next up, Byron Kerr, MASNsports.com. Byron.
Sorry about that. To unmute. Good to see you again, Davey. Back in
Hey,
Nets Park.
How are you, Byron?
Good. I'm great. Thank you. As Todd mentioned, a 60-game season. Are you considering in a sprint to go to a 4-man rotation with your starters? And also, how much do you expect to use a fifth starter like Fetty and Voth or someone else? What's your game plan as you look at 60 games and the possibility of using a shorter rotation?
Yeah, right now we're focusing on using a 5-man rotation. As we get going, we'll see where we're at. But we're going to start off with a 5-man rotation. Without Joe Ross, we feel like we have 2 guys that could fill in with Fetty and Voth, and we also got some young guys in camp that we're going to take a look at. But I got a lot of confidence in both those guys to come in here and win a fifth starter job. So I'm looking forward to watching them throughout the spring. I don't want to put a burden on our guys to think that they got to go out there and pitch after every 4 days. But, who knows what will happen towards the end of the season. But for right now, my focus is just letting them go with a 5-man rotation.
Next up, Jessica Camerato, MLB.com.
Hey, Davey, how are you? Good to see you.
Oh, you too. How are you? I wish I could see myself. I can't see you guys. I see myself.
We all have half a face on with masks.
Yeah, I just took mine off, by the way.
Since you guys got here at 7:45 this morning, can you give us a little assessment of what you've been able to see so far today and how guys were looking?
Yeah, they actually, I talked to a lot of guys individually. They came in there. A lot of guys look good, really good, throwing the ball well. Watched Will Harris throw a bullpen today, threw the ball really well. Strasburg looked good. Scherzer threw 2 innings to hitters. He threw a total of 65 pitches. He looked great. So these guys are here and they're ready. They understand what we're trying to do, and they understand that we have to do it quickly. It's not something that's you build up gradually. I mean, we got to come out and we got to be ready to go.
Next up, Barry Svrluga, Washington Post.
Hey, Davey.
Hey, Barry.
Do you feel like you read all the manuals and all this stuff? Do you feel like this season will be able to be pulled off safely?
That honestly, that's a good question. Well, I don't know, but we're going to do our best to keep everybody safe. We really are. These long days are meant to keep everybody away from each other right now. We're social distancing. We're wearing masks. Our coaching staff is wearing masks on the field. So we're trying to do everything we can to keep these guys safe. We're getting tested quite often. So we're going to do everything we can to keep everybody that's involved safe.
And what do you think, just in terms of protocols, no high fives, no spitting, all that stuff, what's going to be the most difficult adjustment? You guys have been doing the same things for a million years. What's going to be the most difficult adjustment?
Yeah, it's funny because, the first thing you want to do when you see the guys come in after not seeing them for a while, I want to give them a big hug, fist pump, high five. I had to stop myself today from almost spitting in my mask just because I drank some water and you're just used to it. But yeah, those things are going to be things that we have to abide by just because of the safety precautions. So, we're trying to figure out what we can do to emulate some kind of handshake or a fist pump or elbow tap or feet, tap, whatever, but we'll figure something out.
Thank you.
All right.
Next up, Brittany Giroli from The Athletic.
Hi, Davey. How are you?
Good. How are you, Brittany?
Good. So I'm wondering, Davey, if you feel the need to maybe address the group, or if you feel like the self-policing by some of maybe the older guys is going to be sufficient in terms of, one or two bad decisions can kind of take a team down. And I'm wondering how you view such an unusual situation.
Yeah. So, obviously we can't have any team meetings or like that right now. But I did send out a brief note to all the players that are here in camp, explaining the situation, explaining what's going to happen. I talked to some veteran guys over the phone throughout the last few weeks, and get them to understand that, it's not only for the safety of them, it's for the safety of their families, their teammates, coaching staff, trainers. So, we gotta be smart about everything. I know Joe Madden said earlier today, if you can't follow protocol, then maybe you should opt out. And I agree with Joe. This is going to be tough for everybody, but you got to be mentally strong, and you got to prepare for things that you're not used to doing on the baseball field. So, definitely going to be something, a work in progress, but I think our boys understand what's happening. The guys that are here, they want this to work, and we're going to do everything we can to make it work.
Next up, Tom Hunsinger from WUSA CBS.
Hey, Davey, welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
Just two questions. First, you mentioned about all the new safety procedures. How safe do you feel right now?
Right now, we got here and everybody's following protocol. So it's been good. Been tested a couple of times already. We got tested after the first day came in. We spent 48 hours isolated. Didn't leave my condo, waiting for my test results back. And I know for me, I'm going to do everything I can to stay safe. I didn't spend 3 months isolated on a farm to come here and get sick. So I want to make sure that, I keep myself safe, so I keep the coaching staff safe, the players safe, and everybody else safe around me.
And secondly, have you given any thought to what it's going to be like when there's no fans in the stadium for your games?
Yeah, I'm going to have to cheer louder for the boys. I mean, it's going to stink. Believe me, fans are part of it. But it's, we're going to play. And these guys got to understand we're going to play. So there'll be a whole lot of cheering going on in our dugout. So for our guys. So we just got to live with it.
Next up, Alex Chappell from Masson.
Hey, Davey. Great to see you.
Hey, Alex. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. But so much of the character of your team in 2019 was just how close they were, the dancing in the dugout, high fives, hugging each other. How do you keep that camaraderie going right now with the social distancing and separation? And like you said, you guys will be cheering in the dugout for each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be different. Like I said, I mean, hey, you could dance 6 feet apart from each other. But these guys, they're characters, and they'll come up with ways to celebrate and follow protocol. I know that. So, we got a good group of guys, great guys. I can see it in their eyes. They were all excited to see each other. So we're gonna do our very best to make this happen and make it fun for all of us around, and win as many games as we possibly could win.
Next up, Kerry Chow from NBC Channel 4.
Hey, Davey, good to see you. I'm curious, could you describe what your COVID testing experience was like? Because we've seen the giant Q-tips. I want you to just kind of describe what your testing was like.
Well, it was, I don't know if I could talk about the testing. It was a test. But we came in, like I said, they kept us socially distanced. We had to go through a line. We had to fill out a lot of paperwork. I can tell you we did a little finger prick, and then we did other things to get tested. And then they told us once we got tested, they got us out of there. They sent us back home. We spent 48 hours or as long as it takes to get your results back. And then they'll tell you when you're good to go. For me, it's It's what happens after the test and what you do after these tests. You know, like I said, it's going to be different. You can't just, you know, leave the ballpark and go to a restaurant and go out and, you know, do whatever you guys do. I mean, you got to really just focus on your teammates and what we're trying to do here, and that's to keep everybody safe. With that being said, you know, I know we got to eat. You know, guys got to eat. The guys got to stay healthy. So but there's different things that we'll have to do to make sure that you know, guys eat, guys stay healthy, guys, you know, are doing everything they can to be ready to play.
And next up, Jesse Doherty, Washington Post. And we'll finish with this one unless anyone else raises their hand behind Jesse. So go ahead, Jesse.
Hey, David, just two quick personnel questions. One, you guys have a 58-player pool right now. How many guys do you expect to be here training? And then two, just to be clear, is anybody unable to start training right now that is here, or is everyone full go?
No, so far everybody's full go. So we had we broke our testing up into groups. The guys that you saw today were actually guys that were here in the first group. Second guys, hopefully they'll get the test results back either late tonight or tomorrow. So they'll be available. So, but everybody's good. You know, we got 58 guys. We can add a couple guys. We'll see though. But you know, right now we got 58 guys, and I'm looking forward to getting those 58 guys ready.
So the whole 58 will train here?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
For the time being.
Okay.
We're thinking about saying, you know, we'll definitely have another facility to work out, but I want to see these guys here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, that'll be it for Davey, and we'll get Mike in up on the stage in one moment.